We're here again. We're behind the mic again. We will not be behind the mic on Saturday, however, as Lafayette will travel to Richmond for a 1 o'clock game. That is at Robins Stadium, good-sized stadium, 8,200 people down there. And Richmond has worked their way into third place now in the Patriot League. So they obviously were one of the teams everybody thought would be favored to win the Patriot League. No, they've gotten themselves back in a position. They just can't win it because Lafayette and Lehigh are in that position. Mike, Lafayette's 5-0, but they've never been 6-0 in the Patriot League. So that's something certainly to shoot for. They're now number 25 in the nation in one poll, 28th in the nation in another poll. Both Lafayette and Lehigh at 5-0. This is a game we have to make important. Colgate was important because it got us to the Patriot League Championship. Lehigh is Lehigh. I don't care where we are. It's an important game. How do we make this game important?
Well, obviously, I think it's a new opponent in the Patriot League, and it's somebody that you have a pretty good record against, and it's good competition. It's going to get you ready for the Lehigh game. It's going to go up against a good defense that can rush the passer. In the past couple of weeks, we haven't seen a lot of teams that put pressure from the rush standpoint. This is a team that can get after you defensively. They have a great defensive lineman that had 3 sacks last week. So this is a team, think about it, you just said it. They've won 3 of the last 4. They've won 5 of the last 7. Obviously disappointed big time after their Bucknell loss midseason. And I think they've made a lot of strides. They got their quarterback back, although they used 2 of them. Lafayette's got to go down there with intentions to win the game and come out and play. If they can jump on this team early, and then maybe, obviously, I think this team has a little bit of trouble scoring points, but Lafayette's got to put up 20, 25 points. They'll win the football game.
Yeah, they're 6-4. They're 3-3 in the Patriot League right now, and maybe this is kind of the definition of a trap game. As we mentioned, Lafayette, big game to beat Colgate. Now you know you're in the championship. Big game, Lehigh. Is this a trap game? We've got to overcome that. We've got to go down there and play a really good football game. All right, let's take a look at this team. They're number 6 in terms of points scored in the Patriot League, but they're number 2 in terms of points given up.
Yeah, again, their defense is strong. They come after you. They've got really good athletes. And, again, they're getting healthier. I think they got a couple guys back defensively in the last couple weeks, so that's going to put some pressure on. And, again, Lafayette's got to continue to run the football. We don't know if Ethan Weber's going to be healthy. Remember, he got off the field. We saw Sean Wilson leave the field. So, again, the question is how are we going to be up front? We've had those same 5 guys blocking for the entire year, along with Hosak. You add in Jacoby and some other guys. So the running game was going. Again, you continue to run the football, put pressure on them to put guys in the box, and then you let Dean DeNoble. And I put some pressure on those receivers last week here, saying, hey, Mason Keener and Carson Persing, you got to step up and make plays. And certainly they did all week.
Yeah, Dean found 4 of them for touchdowns, 4 different people for touchdowns. Their quarterback situation is interesting. Kyle Wickersham is 6'4", 260, and a senior. Ashton Snelzer is 6'3", 230, and a senior. And they kind of alternate. Last week, I think they played Wickersham in the first half, Snelzer in the second half. So they all get time, and they're all big. I mean, they're like linebackers.
Yeah, and you would think they're kind of pocket passers and they're statues. They're not. Wickersham can run. I think he had over 60 yards rushing. So, again, Lafayette always has a little problem with quarterbacks that can escape. So I have to keep my rush coming with a nice gap integrity. I got to make sure I keep him in the pocket, and then I collapse the pocket from the front, from his feet, make him kind of bail out the back. We don't want him stepping up and driving the pocket and running the football. So Lafayette's defensive line has to be really good about staying in their lanes. I love having Beckham D and Robert Stevens in there, maybe a little mirror action. And Lafayette's defense, every week they're getting more and more aggressive, smiles on their face. Guys like Dodard stepping up. Last week we had Avery Jones step up. And obviously on the outside, Ryan Gadsden's been a stalwart.
Yeah, no question about it. These guys don't really escape the pocket. Wickersham kind of breaks the bar cells and runs through it. He's that big. Running back, Aziz Foster-Powell. He's a good one. He averages 4.5 yards per carry. He's got a couple of touchdowns, 417 yards. They don't have our running game for sure, but again, they rely on their quarterback so much.
Yeah, and they're struggling a little bit on the offensive line. They've had some injuries here or there. So again, Lafayette, play defense. Let's just go down there, play our game, not worry that it's Richmond. Again, come out, play your football game, prepare yourself, obviously. Don't look forward. There's nothing. You cannot look at anywhere near forward. We're going on a long trip. This is a 4 or 5 hour drive. This is a chance for us to go down there and beat an opponent that just came in here and expected, as you said, to roll in this conference and just beat all the Patriot League teams. Lehigh set them back early. stubbed their toe against Bucknell, tight wins against Fordo. I mean, these are some games where they are not scoring enough points. So for them, they're going to try to get on the board early, get ahead of Lafayette. But Lafayette's had so much firepower offensively. And again, with Kente Edwards, I mean, it's incredible the way we can balance it. Either you stuff the box and we throw it, or you open the box and we run it. It's a tough. You got to pick your poison.
Yeah, I don't think either box has worked very well lately for the defenses. This is a ball club that, as we mentioned, good wide receivers in Isaiah Dawson and Javion Griffin. Defensively, Peyton Selman is their outstanding tackler. He's got 96 already on the season. He's a really good-looking sophomore. Their strong safety, Jordan Allen, has one interception. They are very active defensively. They're a very good defensive football team. So as we turn our attention to Lafayette, the Leopards right now, number 1 in total offense, number 4 in defense, number 1 in rushing, number 2 in defense, points given up, rushing defense. Complementary football has to include special teams. Yes. Special teams are causing us problems, and they're causing the defense numeric problems because it's making up for short touchdowns.
Yeah, got to spend a little extra time on covering kicks, got to spend a little extra time on punting the football. Maybe come up with a different scheme to punt because, again, Lafayette uses 2 personal protectors, but a lot of times they have a lot of wide receivers to try to gunners. You know, they have extra gunners. Normally you see 2 gunners. You don't often see a motioning gunner and then 2 guys in the backfield. So, again, you load the box. If you think that Richmond's going to come after it, Lehigh's going to come after it. So you better shore that up this week. Whether you have to keep an extra guy in, get the ball out. I thought Bush did a good job. Just get the ball out. That's what we need to do. 2-step punting, not 3-step. Know what situation you're in. And, again, down the ball inside the 10. We've had that a couple times. So, again, get better at special teams. No big plays in that situation. Again, this is a Richmond team that's deep. They're much like – you look at the FBS teams that we played. I mean, this is a team that was picked to win the league. They're up there. They won the CAA. They have a lot of talent. So you have to take it to them. You can't just take the punch and absorb it. You got to go after them, and special teams has to be perfect.
And they'd love nothing better than to beat the potential Patriot League champions. We're not talking when we talk special teams about Jack Simonetta. He's been outstanding. 49-yard field goal this past week. He's 5 for 5 kicking field goals. He is 45 for 46 kicking extra points, and he is the special teams player of the week. Kente is the offensive player of the week again. It seems like he gets that award every time he actually is out there and playing, and he's already over 1,000 yards. An amazing season for Kente.
Yeah, Kente's been phenomenal. Again, just obviously with everything he's gone through and everything he's absorbed with the family issues and his father, to come back and I put a lot of the guys he leans on. He leans on Ethan Weber. He leans on Coach Trox. He leans on his running back coach. I mean, they've all been a part of it, and he gives credit. He's the most humble guy in the world. But I tell you what, I never seen a guy that's got both. He's got the ability to break a tackle, contact balance, and then explode for a home run. Usually you get one. You don't get both. And with him, we've got them both. He's always got a smile on his face. He's looking for the football. I'd like to see him get the football out in space a little bit, a screen, a draw, those type of things. I think that Lafayette can do that. But then you talk about Jack Simonetta. I mean, we were down on Jack last year. Couldn't make a kick. We don't want to kick. I mean, Jack's done everything right.
Absolutely.
And he took on the kickoff duties, I believe, after Graham Smith got hurt, put 2 in the end zone. This is a kid that's getting stronger, and I love what he's doing, and I don't have a problem if it comes down to a kick in either game in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, no question. Mike's already mentioned the defense, Darian Riley, Ryan Gadsden. Let's talk a little bit about Zane Woolrich. The kid steps up, the freshman. He has a great week this past week, finally given an opportunity. Eli out. He came in, did a great job.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, he's electric, and obviously they saw something in him, the way he practiced, the way he worked on scout team, the way he came up, took the reps, and actually did well in the reps that he got, because I'm sure he didn't get a lot of reps in the first 6 weeks. But he's a kid that can run. They saw something in him. I'd like to see him on a screen. But down the field, he's got that burst. Skirbo, you got a lot of guys in the mix right now. So it's not just take away Mason Keener, take away Carson Persing. There is no Eli. I'd like to get him Hozak. Caught the first touchdown pass. I'd like to see them use the middle of the field. I say it all the time. But Woolridge has been an outstanding player. And then you go to the defensive side and you look at a guy like Avery Jones, 2 picks.
Right. And we can't say enough about quarterback Dean DeNoble. He has just been outstanding. 18 for 29, 206 yards, 4 touchdowns this past week. Dean has been what everybody, I think, wanted him to be, and he has lived up to all those expectations.
Yeah, you and I have seen lots of quarterbacks here. We've seen the Rob Curleys and we've seen the Brad Mowers, and this kid is really good. I mean, and he commands the field. And when he takes the field, the offense thinks we are going to score. There were times where you and I were sitting here with quarterbacks in the past where we'd be like, we got to get a first down. Now it's like if we don't score, we're like, what happened? So Dean has full command this week and Inside the Huddle. We're going to talk about pre-snap, post-snap, how good he is coming to line of scrimmage, getting a feel for what he has. Does he run it? Does he throw it? Can he throw the slant? Hot reads last week, blitz. He throws in the face of a blitz, completes a big first down. He's got it all. Stay within himself, try not to do too much. Takes what he took what the defense gave him and scored 59 points. And Lepowski even threw a touchdown. So it's a system. Take what the defense gives you, and you'll put points on the board.
Well, you can watch Lafayette. You can watch the Richmond game this week on ESPN Plus. That's a 1 o'clock start, as you know, I'm sure, as a Lafayette fan. 2 weeks from today, we will be here at 12:30 for Lafayette Lehigh. Let's hope that we go into that one 6-0. They go into that one also 6-0. What better way during the bicentennial celebration than to have Lafayette Lehigh right here before a packed house? That's it for Behind the Mic. Make sure you get Inside the Huddle, and we'll see you again next week for our final show of the year.